Oh, him? Yeah. I know him. It's going to take a while. It happened years ago. Did you know there are 3 kinds of aces? Those who seek strength, those who live for pride, and those who can read the tide of battle. Those are the 3. And him?
He was a fighter pilot they called Solo Wing Pixie. This man was his buddy.
Buddy, just look at the view. There's not much difference between those countries from up here.
He is the man I seek.
It was a cold and snowy day.
There's a large-scale battle taking place near B7R. Galm team, we cannot authorize a retreat. I figured you'd say that. This is gonna cost you extra. This is CJ from Crew Team. I'll support you any way I can, Galm team. We get shot down, crash when I can't see. Roger that.
The Belkan War is shrouded in mystery. Everyone is a hero and a villain, and no one knows who is the victim and who is the aggressor. And what is peace?
Belkan fighters approaching. Shoot them down and secure your superiority. They've got the greatest of the doors. Time to hunt some wild dogs. These are round table fighters. Stay sharp. The round table's nothing special. I'll take care of things. No rules in a dogfight. You just have to take the enemy out. The fight does not end until one side is completely dead. Learn to accept it, kid. This is war. Fire away, coward. Come on. We will survive, Galm.
Hello YouTube, welcome to my playthrough of Ace Combat Zero: The Belkan War. So for people wondering what I'm wearing right here, I tried my best to try to dress up as Cipher, an Ustio mercenary. So let me know if I did a good job on the outfit. I tried to do a fighter pilot outfit. Let me know if I did well on that. If you're new to the channel, I do dress up as the characters here. But anyways, today, March 24th, and this might be uploaded a little bit later because it was just processing today most of the day. March 24th is the 20th anniversary of Ace Combat Zero that came out on March 24th, 2006. So this game is now 20 years old today. Wanted to do it specifically for the 20th anniversary. Now, this is arguably the best Ace Combat game in the series. And this is a prequel to basically all the other Ace Combat games. So this is where the story starts. And if you have never played an Ace Combat game or even watched an Ace Combat game before, this game is perfect to watch as your first one. It's not the first game that came out, but chronologically is the first one that takes place. Just like Yakuza 0 chronologically was the first one in the Yakuza 0 series, similar of Ace Combat 0. Ace Combat 0 is the Belkan War, basically where it all started. So if you're unfamiliar with Ace Combat is an air combat game, but they're known very well for their stories. The stories in these games are really well done, the characters are really good, and the Ace Combat series does not take place in our world. It takes place in a fictional world called Strangariel. I do know the lore pretty well. There are fictional countries in these games, but these countries use our weapons, so the weapons that we use in our world, but there's also super weapons, like these giant fictional super weapons these countries develop, which shows up in a lot of Ace Combat games. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoy this one. Every Ace Combat game is a different conflict. So it's a different war, you play as a different character, you play as a different country. In this game, in Ace Combat Zero, you are playing for the Republic of Ustio, and I have the flag right here of Ustio, right here on my helmet. Hope you guys like that one. But Ustio in the Ace Combat series is actually based on a combination of both Poland and Czechoslovakia. The reason it's based on both Poland and Czechoslovakia is because it's getting invaded by Belka, and Belka is based on Nazi Germany. And if you look at the Ustian flag, the Ustian flag has a white and red, which kind of would be more similar to the Polish flag. And I know the Czech flag, the Czechoslovakian flag, and the Czech flag also has that, but the Czech flag has a blue triangle here, but I believe that it's actually smaller than that one. So it looks like a blend of the Czech flag and the Polish flag. So that's what Ustio is based on. It's supposed to be based on a combination of Poland and Czechoslovakia, because it's the first victim in the war. It's the first countries that have gotten attacked by Belka or by Germany in real life. But anyways, the backstory on Ace Combat Zero, this is a prequel to Ace Combat 5. So the Belkan War that they talked a lot about in Ace Combat 5, this is the war they were talking about. And the story in this game is that Belka had they had massive economic problems. Their economy collapsed. They sold land to other countries, and also countries that were previously occupied by them broke away, like Ustio. Ustio used to be part of them, and they broke away. What ended up happening is a fascist, ultra-nationalist party ended up coming to power during the economic problems, and then Belka started making land claims to all of their neighbors and invaded all of their neighbors. And a coalition called the Allies was actually formed to stop them. And so that is what this is. The Belkan War is heavily inspired by World War II. That is what it is based on the most. But I will talk more about the story as we get through it. But also, the core message in this game is this is an anti-war game. I think this game does the anti-war message better than any other game that I've seen. I think it does even better than Spec Ops: The Line. So this is specifically a very anti-war game. And while you might be fighting for the side that is defending itself, the character that you play as Cipher is a mercenary. It's unknown what Cipher's nationality is. Some people think that he's either Ustian or Osean. I like to think that he's Ustian, the country where the war is taking place. But Ustio does not have the resources to form a large air force to protect itself from Belka, and so what they've done is they've outsourced their air force to mercenaries. So you're playing as a mercenary, and your entire squad are mercenary pilots. Mercenaries aren't just soldiers on the ground, they can also be pilots. But in this game is the darkest game in the Ace Combat series. Some pretty bad things happen in this game. This game's pretty brutal. The reason that they do a documentary-like style with real people, the reason they do that is because it's to humanize the characters. That's the whole thing about it. And in this game, you can make choices, unlike in the other Ace Combat games. You can actually take out non-combatants. So non-combatants might be basically like planes that are disabled and they're retreating, flying away, they're not a threat anymore. You can also bomb civilian targets on the ground, like homes, windmills, cars fleeing, and these are targets on the map. Now you have the choice of whether you want to kill the non-combatants or not. If you kill the non-combatants, you get more money for it, you get paid for it. It's kind of dark, it's kind of brutal there. Also, depending on how you play, there's Night Style. Night Style is basically where you don't kill any non-combatants, you just fight completely honorably. You have Mercenary Style, where you basically kill everyone, no mercy. And then you have Soldier, which is basically a mix of both. You show mercy sometimes, and then other times you just kill without mercy. Now, if you're wondering how I'm going to play this game, I'm going to play this game Mercenary Style, because I think that's the canon thing. I think that's how it is. I think Cipher basically killed everything, because he was a mercenary. He's just fighting primarily for money. So I think he killed everything. So throughout this game, I'm going to show the enemy no mercy, and I'm going to take out every single non-combatant I see, including civilians. And it actually leads to more dialogue. This leads to different cutscenes. The cutscenes change, the story changes, and also the dialogue changes, and the enemies that you face change. If Ace Combat 8, which is coming out later this year, if Ace Combat 8 releases the Belkan War Ace Combat 0 as a HD remaster, I'll play it as Night Style, where it won't kill any non-combatants, so I'll do a replay through of it. But on this playthrough, we're just killing everything. So if you're wondering, I'm going after all the non-combatants. I'm killing all of them. But anyways, let's start this up here. Let's do it here. I hope that you guys enjoy this playthrough. New game. We're going to do it on hard difficulty. Let's do it. Normal.
Oh, him? Yeah. I know him. It's going to take a while. It happened years ago. Did you know there are 3 kinds of aces? Those who seek strength, those who live for pride, and those who can read the tide of battle. Those are the 3. And him? He was a true ace.
He was a fighter pilot they called Solo Wing Pixie. He was a colleague of the man I seek. 10 years ago, there was a war that engulfed the world. The Belkan War. And in that war was a pilot who trailed across the sky and disappeared from history. He was a lone mercenary who inspired both fear and admiration. He is the man I seek. And so, with the words of Solo Wing, the curtain rises.
It was a cold and snowy day.
1995, the Belkan War. This is where it all starts. The Belkan War has such a huge impact on the Ace Combat series. This war is referenced in so many other games.
Listen up. We have a situation on our hands. A major squadron of Belkan bombers has crossed our border, and it's making its way here, to Belay Air Base. Apparently, they intend to attack our base in an initiative to gain hegemony over the entire Republic of Ustio. Belay Air Base is our country's last line of defense. If our base falls, no one will be left to stop Belka from taking over Ustio. Your mission is to destroy the squad of bombers and defend our base. Belka's invasion must end here.
Okay. April 2nd, 1995. Okay, we gotta stop their bomber attack. Bunch of BM-335s, B-52s, okay. Let's use a Draken. So remember the anti-war message in this game. This game is very anti-war. You're going to see some pretty disturbing things, and your character is going to end up seeing a bunch of war crimes. You can participate in the war crimes or avoid it.
It's starting to come down. This is Base Command. Guess all you boys managed to get up. Galm 1, Galm 2, maintain present course. This is Galm 2, roger that. Bearing 315, Belkan bombers approaching. Nobody wants to bail out into a mountain of ice. We're counting on you, flight leader. All units prepare to intercept. You better have our pay ready and waiting. That's only if we both make it through this alive. Be ready to pay up. We'll be back before you know it.
Okay, here we go.
Galm team, shoot down all enemy bombers. Don't let them get to our base. Galm 2, follow all orders from Galm 1. Free engagement is prohibited during this operation.
Let's take out the Belkan fighter escort first.
Cipher, you're Galm 1 now.
Okay, take out the fighter escort.
Let's make quick work of these suckers and treat ourselves to a little hot whiskey.
There we go.
I'm gonna earn every penny of that money today. One enemy bomber down. Continue with operation. Looks like they want to finish us off. Copy that.
Take out the escort. Okay.
Galm 1 shot down a bandit. Second enemy bomber down. Stay sharp out there. This is Arlon 5. IFF is out of commission. Unable to carry out duty. Withdrawing from Operation Airspace.
Okay, so notice how that plane is yellow now? He's become a non-combatant because his plane is disabled. He's retreating. So you don't have, he's not a threat anymore, but you can still kill him. He's dead. And this bomber is disabled. He's retreating. You can take him out too. technically a war crime. A plane that's not a threat anymore and you're shooting at it.
Low-life mercenaries, only you would be so cowardly to shoot down a plane that's out of commission. Enemy bombers have reached the center of Operation Airspace. They're only Belkan, nothing to get too nervous about it.
Another one. He was trying to eject, but I got him.
The enemy's locked onto you. You've been hit. Can you still fly? I'm gonna come out on top today.
Another one dead. Special weapons. Use it, Pixie. That's my wingman.
Rolling release of special weapons. Galm 1 shot down a bandit. Bandit down by Galm 1. Taking these guys out ought to pretty up my kill score. Come on, Pixie, leave a few for us, will ya? I don't have time for that. It's every man for himself. Mark 2. Looks like Galm 2 is gonna steal the show again. All right. Take your pick and shoot him down. Looks like we're more than they bargained for. There's only one left.
Take out the final bomber and we're done.
Enemy bombers are advancing through Operation Airspace. If they reach our base, it's all over. I think Ustio still has this caliber of a squadron left. Base Commander Galm Team, the enemy attack unit has been successfully intercepted. I'd like to see how those Belkan cowards report back to their superiors. Cipher, I got a feeling you and me are gonna get along just fine. Buddy. Galm Team, you have permission to land.
It all started on that snowy day. My first impression was he had potential.
This is our mission replay here. Let's see.
Thanks to you, Belka's attack on Valais Air Base has failed. Your efforts will not go unrewarded. Your actions may well decide who wins the Belkan War. I, for one, will be counting on you.
S rank, perfect score. And look at that, we're at Soldier right now, we're gonna get to Mercenary in the next mission.
The Belkan War is shrouded in mystery. But now, a decade after the peace accords, a portion of the records was finally released. I quickly got a hold of it. Wanting more details, I acquired information from unknown sources. There was a reason for my obsession. The roots of the war lie in the Belkan Federal Law Review that took place in 1988. Belka, suffering from economic strife, permitted its eastern territory to secede. and the Republic of Ustio was born. But Belka's economic troubles did not subside. Meanwhile, taking advantage of the situation, the world's superpower Osea continued to flourish. Amidst the economic panic, an extreme right-wing party took power within Belka, aiming to restore strength and stability to the nation. And on March 25th, 1995, with the discovery of natural resources in Ustio, Belka began to invade its neighbors. It was the beginning of the Belkan War. Unprepared, each country fell quickly before the might of the legendary Belkan Air Force. In just a few days, they occupied all territories except for the mountain range. In response, the occupied Ustio government military placed all their hopes on a joint operation between Osea and the foreign mercenary forces. This, of course, can be found in any history book. But I noticed a strange similarity in the materials I gathered. There were several accounts about a mercenary, all followed by the code word, demon. But most of the information was incomplete. Still, I was intrigued. I decided to pursue the history of the Belkan War through this mercenary. I was certain I would find something there. Would it be the hidden truth behind the war, or just another battlefield legend? I wasn't able to meet the mercenary himself. Actually, it's questionable if he ever did exist. But thanks to some old friends in the military, I was able to track down several individuals who knew him. Soloing is one such man.
Annex, Operation Rosaline, 15 April 1995. Okay.
We must regain control over Route 171, which runs through Arlon to secure a transit route for our ground troops. There are bridges along this route, 3 over the RA River, all heavily guarded by the Belkan Armored Corps. Securing this route is critical to Ustio's attack on the Belkan forces. Destroy the Belkan ground units blocking passage along this route, and secure the supply line between our forces and the Osean army.
Okay, so, one thing I wanted to talk about here, that ultra-right political party that ended up taking over Belka, you guessed it, that party is actually based on the Nazi party. But here's the thing, the name of the political party in the game is actually called the Belkan Liberal Democratic Party. There's nothing liberal democratic about it, it's just the name of the political party. But however, though, it's actually based on a real-life party. It's actually based on this party called the Russian Liberal Democratic Party. Now, the Russian Liberal Democratic Party is actually one of the first political parties that formed in Russia after the collapse of the Soviet Union. So they've been around for a pretty long time. And about them is that it's actually an ultra-right, ultra-nationalist political party in Russia. They have a few seats in the government, but most of the government is controlled by United Russia. It's a different political party. And about the Liberal Democratic Party, like I said, it's an ultra-right, ultra-nationalist party. It's obsessed with the Slavic race in Russia, where Russia has so many different nationalities, but the Liberal Democratic Party of Russia is specifically obsessed with just the Slavic race. It's a pretty messed up political party. They're pretty extreme people. Even the Russian government has actually cracked down on them in recent years. But that's what the Belkan Liberal Democratic Party is actually based on. The Belkan Liberal Democratic Party, it is also known as the Fatherland Workers' Party. And the Fatherland Workers' Party is a reference to actually the German Workers' Party. The German Workers' Party was in 1919 became the National Socialist German Workers' Party in 1920, also known as the Nazi Party. So the Belkan Liberal Democratic Party is actually based on two political parties: the Liberal Democratic Party of Russia, and also the Nazi Party. That party ended up coming to power when Belka suffered from massive economic problems. They had to sell land to other countries. They had countries like Ustio break away from them. Osea also scammed them, where Osea was drilling resources in the Great Lakes region on their left side border. Osea is based on the United States, and what Osea was doing is Osea was actually undervaluing the amount of the resources and was actually scamming the Belkans, where the Belkans thought they were getting a fair deal. They were actually getting scammed out of their own resources, and the Liberal Democratic Party of Belka ended up coming to power during their economic times and started a war with all of its neighbors, which is based on World War II. So the coalition that fights against Belka in this game is actually called the Allies, so it's a direct reference to World War II. But let's continue on here. We're doing the next mission now, Rosaline. Okay, hangar. Buy special weapon. An unguided free-fall bomb releases and ignites flammable material, damaging targets in a long strip of ground along its direction of travel. Napalm bomb. Gonna buy this. Napalm, gonna use that in this mission. Okay. Also, the reason that the characters are appearing as real actors in the cutscenes, it's to humanize the characters, both the friendly and enemy characters.
Galm 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
You can always skip these takeoffs if you want, but I always like doing them.
Galm 1, altitude restrictions canceled. Return to your mission. Good luck.
Okay, let's do it here.
This is AWACS Eagle Eye to Galm. The target is in formation along the highway. Commence the operation.
Keep an eye on us up there, AWACS.
Belkan ground forces are blocking off our transport route. Destroy them all.
Windmill, civilian target.
There's those fighters coming from Ustio. They must be in a desperate situation. There's no way we're giving up this place. This route is Ustio's lifeline. I'll get it back. Those houses are probably full of Belkan supplies. Better not take any chances.
So about the houses are yellow targets. They're civilian towns and civilian vehicles. These houses are being used by the Belkan army to hold munitions, and there's probably civilians inside of them. Now, you can blow up the buildings, but you're going to kill a bunch of civilians also, but it would deny the Belkans those supplies. And so that's where the game gets pretty tricky. And so those are all non-combatant targets, but like I said, we're all going to take everything out. Kill every single non-combatant target in the game.
AA guns destroyed.
Okay, gonna drop napalm on the town.
Status report. Facility damage confirmed. Watch out. The enemy's locked onto you. Give me a damage report.
Galm 1, missile launched. Locked on.
One of our facilities was
So again, when he's yellow, he's disabled, he's retreating. You don't have to take him out if you don't want to. Still gonna take him out. Yeah, we just killed him. He could have ejected. It is actually a war crime to actually shoot at pilots who are ejecting. He's disabled, but we're still gonna get him. And he's dead too now. I do think it's canon where Cipher killed everyone. Okay, let's use the rest of the napalm.
Special weapons are almost gone. Ability damage confirmed. Where the hell are those reinforcements? No special weapons fire remaining.
Use your special weapons, Pixie.
Locked on. Approaching gun range. Warning, the enemy's locked onto you. Missile break. Enemy armored vehicle destroyed. SAM destroyed. Galm 1, missile launched. Approaching gun range. We can't handle it without air support. Locked on. Our second defense unit is down. How can this happen? There are only a few enemy fighters up there. There aren't many Belkan ground forces left. Continue operation. This supply run is their lifeline. Don't let them take it back. Operation complete. Now the Allied forces can secure a military transport route. Well done, Galm team. Looks like luck was on your side again today, Solo Wing.
Yeah, well, I've had my fill of going home without wings.
The mission was a success. Passage along Route 171 has been secured. Thanks to you, Ustio will now be able to launch a counterattack.
Look at that, now we're mercenary. S rank also, perfect score. Okay guys, so I think that we are gonna wrap this up here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I will have the next part for you guys as soon as I can. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to me. It does help me out a lot. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.